1. And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ACG, where we're just a couple gamers. This is your late night special, guys. We just ended the Godfather segment. This is something brand new. This is episode 2. Yesterday's episode, we covered the Kansas City Super Bowl parade shooting. We gave you guys everything we knew so far on that, and hopefully it was a good bit of information you guys didn't already know. Today's episode is, does American government care about its veterans? I have on the phone with me someone who is a veteran, and someone who has served for this country. They signed away a good portion of their life, and they're here to tell their story. Aztec, Doc, you want to introduce yourself to the people that don't know you? Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. I did it again where I was on the phone with you, and I forgot to add you to the call. Are you there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here.
I apologize.
What's happening?
Yeah, so Doc, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself for the people that don't know you from our other podcasts?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I am Doc, aka Aztec King. My name is Doc. It was the name given to me by the Marines when I did serve in the United States Navy. What else? I am the co-host. You guys know me. But those that are just coming in and just now meeting, yeah, I'm Doc. It's nice to meet you guys. United States Navy Corpsman. I used to work in the medical field, based out of Naval Hospital, Pensacola. So I did some time on Naval Hospital, in the hospital, on the surge ward. I seen surgeries. I've seen autopsies. I've been in training. I have been to certain places where I can't speak of. And it's been a fucking shit show, right? To be honest with you, I love my country. Okay? Let me just go ahead and put this disclaimer out now. So whoever is listening to this, you got a good understanding that I love my country. It's not the country I'm pissed off at, right? And being a veteran, I may be able to voice my opinion and be a beacon to others. The title of this show tonight resonates with me a lot. And I say this because I served my country. And you see veterans that did the same thing and maybe even 10 times worse than what I did. That's how extreme it can get. Even to the point where, I'll go further into detail when we start diving into it, but I've seen some things. And as a veteran, I'm not pleased at all. I'm definitely not pleased at how our veterans right now are being treated. And I may get some slack on this, and that's cool. I get that. But at the end of the day, I have my little theory on it, and we'll definitely touch on it. But in a nutshell, that's who I am. I'm a very calm person. I will admit I do have PTS. I don't call it disorder, so you will never hear me say the D on top of that. It's post-traumatic stress. It is what it is, okay? And we could talk about that too. And people may not want to like what I say about that, but you got to think about that word for a second. Don't let language fool you, okay? But that could be another story. Very, very friendly, sociable. I tell it like it is. I'm very direct, a smooth nose. And I love to be transparent with people, right? I love people to hear my stories. You know what I mean? And this is just scratching the surface of who I really am. I'm a beacon of light. And at the end of the day, you may not like it. You may love it. It all depends on how you feel. But that's who Doc is. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, enlightening the viewers on kind of who you are and a little bit about your military history. It kind of puts things into perspective for them as far as why you feel the way you feel. But me also being the son of a vet, the grandson of a vet, the brother of a vet, I could go on and on with this. I do want to say that I maybe call me crazy, but like Doc said, anybody who's willing to sign a majority of their life away, whether it's 4, 6, 8, 12, 20 retirement, any of our American children, men, women, whatever you identify as, regardless of whether or not they're signing their life away, if they leave their home to serve their country, they should come back in the same or better condition than when they left. Call me crazy. But can you tell me another line of work where, people are signing years of their lives away? Because I can't. I mean, what they're doing is different along the lines of the fact that I can quit my job and go home. You can, no matter what you're doing, whether this country, another country, as long as it's not communist ran, you can quit your job and go home to your family. You are not held there. You're not thrown in the brig for leaving. You're not AWOL for leaving. You're not looked at as a what's the word I'm looking for? A deserter. You didn't desert your post, okay? These men and women can't do that. They took an oath to protect the country, to stand up for what this country and its values stand for. They can't just go home, okay? Once they sign that contract, doesn't matter if they like it or not. Are you going to be dishonorably discharged? You're going to be chewed up and spit out, and you're going to be looked at differently. That's something that's going to go on your record, okay? They're going to look at it. They're going to know you went in, you were dishonorably discharged. It's the same thing as being fired for something horrible that you did at your job. It's going to follow you, okay? So now that that's been said, why aren't these men, women, whatever, coming home the same way that they left? My father, for example, he went in fresh out of high school, was promised the world, right? Like most military recruiters do. They promise you the world, give you a dream sheet. Where do you want to go? You want to go Hawaii? Well, good chance you might go to Hawaii, but then all of a sudden you're in Afghanistan. Listen, guys, there needs to be more done for these people when they come home drunks, when they come home abusive, when they come home monsters, because that's what they were turned into. It's what they see. You are a product of your environment, okay? These people are not coming home the same way they left. So let's look at some of the reasons why these veterans aren't being taken care of. Again, call me crazy, but $223 million in inadequate spending sounds to me like that's the beginning of where we should start. According to records, the VA wasted $223 million, that is $250 million, on transport services. They failed to pay veterans' medical bills, resulting in denied care. The OSC has alerted the President and Congress to significant financial mismanagement at the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. I don't think it's a far stretch to believe that the same people that are mismanaging this money at the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs are probably similar to and or the same people mismanaging the rest of the American budget. Guys, there's no way you can tell me, if we were to just go ahead and do the math here, let's just say X amount of people in the United States, that's all of us, paying taxes every day, every year, 365, guys. That's where this money's coming from. Now, again, to put it in, we got Mambo in here. Shout out Mambo. Let's see. Zena says, my daughter's father was in the Marines, following as Marine in 1981 at a burial. Wait, what? My daughter's father was the Marine following as Marine in 1981 at a burial of an unknown soldier. His picture is in the Arlington Cemetery.
Gotcha. I know she started for the world.
Wow, that's heavy, man. That's awesome, Zena. That's crazy. First casualty of the Iraq War was over 2 days before he... Wait, over my what? The first can you see what that says? I got the heart in my way. I can't see what that says. It says the first casualty of the Iraqi war. Let me just type something so I can see what she said here.
First casualty of Iraqi war was over my house 2 days before he died.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. I'm really sorry to hear that, Zena.
That's heavy.
That's super heavy. Zena said the first casualty of the first Iraqi war was over my house 2 days before he died.
That's deep.
That's super deep. And damn,
condolences.
I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, condolences to you and them. That's wild.
Right.
Yeah.
Very well.
The wasting of the money.
But going back to that 223 billion that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. So I wanted to just chime in on that one, right? Because I'm gonna chime in like I'm on Family Feud. Ding, ding, ding. So, first off, with that 223 billion, let me ask this question to the chat, right? We have spent over billions of dollars to a country who can give two shits about us. Let me say that again for those in the back, okay? We have spent over billions of dollars to a country who doesn't give two shits about us. And here's another thing. I'm gonna start rattling feathers right now. Remember, my name is Doc. I'm not AZ today. So, do you realize Ukraine was a hub for child pedophilia?
I did.
And then you have to ask yourself, and so watch this, chat mafia. Let me go ahead and put a puzzle together for you guys. All I'm gonna do is sit puzzle pieces to you. It's up to you to research and then put it together. Okay? So think about this for a second. You're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, right? What has Ukraine done for us lately? I'll sit there and wait. I'll definitely sit there and wait. Okay, great. Now, here's what happens. We send billions of dollars to Ukraine, okay? And so what happens is when our men and women come home, not the same when they left, because if you haven't been in the military, you haven't known somebody in the military, let me explain something to you. When you go to boot camp, there's a reason why boot camp is boot camp. They break you down. Understand that? Because the way that you were living is not the way that they want you to live. Do you hear what I'm saying? So what happens is when you tend to lose some of the family values that you have. Let me say that again. You wanna know why? Because you're breeded and breeded to be a fucking machine. Mm-hmm. Now people might disagree with me on this, and that's okay. I might have veterans that may disagree. I might have veterans that agree with me. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, it's just my opinion. Because at the end of the day, I still salute everybody and I love everybody. But from what I've seen, now let's fast forward, right? So what happens when you go to the field, right? And you see things that you've never seen before in your life. You were born and raised in the suburbs. And I'm only using examples. Okay, and I'm not pinpointing demographics. I'm giving you a scope of why the money is so important for our veterans versus going to a country who is a hub to child shit and other stuff, right? So now, our veterans are all effed up. It's a mental thing. So when they come home, they're not going to be the same that they were before they left. And the problem is, our VAs are so soaked up because it's an atrocity right now. And the excuse is PTSD. Give them some medication, they'll be fine. And we talked about this yesterday, right? It's a mental thing. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking mental thing, right? So instead of those billions of dollars going to Ukraine and helping another country, and here's the catch. That country's tied into another country that just killed some of our Marines in the Middle East. Right? But we're giving billions of dollars to them, and we have almost 75 to 80% of our veterans in the streets right now. And what are we doing? People walking by them, disrespecting them. because they're not looking like a veteran, or they're not in veteran clothes, or they're not crew cut. Listen, majority of us didn't make it that way. Some of us came back and we needed help. But here's the problem. And we can bring any veteran on here that been through it. I'm not saying not everybody. But you think some of those billions of dollars could go back into the infrastructure? All these abandoned buildings. Why not put them into apartment buildings, right? Why not put veterans in them? Why not hire people that will come in and do something for free because they did something for you? But the government doesn't want that, right? So the government rather just have us doped up, walk around like zombies, and still live in the battlefield. And our country's not a battlefield. Our country is our home. So there's a lot of cracks. I'm only just giving a little superficial of it, because $223 billion, none of our veterans should be homeless right now, nor their families, nor the families of veterans that lost their lives should be homeless right now.
I agree.
That's my 2 cents on just the $223 billion miscombobulation of the funds.
Look, right, I don't think you could ever compare apples to oranges. I don't think you could ever compare humans to animals. But let me ask you guys a question. How many do you think pit bulls were ever rehomed to a nice, caring home after that innocent pit bull was taught to kill other dogs?
Right.
How many of them pit bulls do you think were ever rehomed? It becomes impossible when you are innocent and you have no other motives other than being yourself and who you are,
right.
And then you are taken out of that environment completely and trained to kill. That is all you are there for. That is your worth. That is your meal ticket. That is your way home. You understand? So you can't expect these people to be taken out of their environment, taken away from their families and everything they know, and then retrained to be not humans, but killing machines, and then think you can just bring these people back into regular society and expect them to act like us.
Right, because it's not going to happen, dude. It's not going to work out. Yeah, it's not going to work out.
I really hope I
definitely not going to work out.
The music. I was told that the music was a little too loud. Hopefully that helps. Thank you, Zena, for that. Doc, Zena missed your intro. Did you want to explain to her your military situation? She was confused whether you were in the Navy or the Marines.
Oh, I was in the Navy. But I was the Marines doc. So usually Navy corpsmen, when they go in the battlefield with the Marines, we're the doc. And you could ask any Marine, they'll tell you. We were real, what's that word? People think I'd be lying about it, but on the battlefield, the doc is the number one target. Because you got to understand, if the doc is not alive, if the doc ain't alive, whoever get hurt ain't going to be alive any longer either.
Right.
And so I played an important role. And like I said, my boy name was Robinson. And he gave me that name, and it always stuck with me. So
I hope that kind of answered your question, Zena. So guys, there's a huge breakdown, I think, when it comes to trying to, you can't really fix this problem, but try to alleviate the problem a little bit. It definitely comes down to funding, as in everything else with the government. Doc brought up a great point. We're sending all this money to other countries to help fund a war that supposedly we don't want to fight in, instead of using this money to fix our own problems over here. This has been a problem for the country, I think, since the beginning of time. You can't really name many other countries that have been on a war path like we have, whether it's for resources, territory, helping allies, whatever it is. I think this has been a huge problem for a long time. let me try and put something else into perspective for you guys, okay? My job, I work at a country club. I'm a chef, okay? We have a party. We give them a price, okay? Let's just say the price is $2,000. Out of that $2,000 that they're paying, right? We are tasked with a budget for that party. Now, the budget obviously is going to be less than what we're making, right?
Right.
Because that's how we make our profit. Now, put this into perspective for a second. If at the end of that party, I don't profit for the club, that's a huge problem. I'm going to be replaced by somebody who's going to save the club or make the club more money. So, why is it that every time the person who's in charge with the American budget goes to spend the money, we have a catastrophe such as $223 million of it's just, you can't even call it, they want to call it mismanaging a budget. No, my friends, no. Okay,
that ain't mismanaging shit. That's giving away money like it's candy.
If I'm going to the grocery store and I think I'm going to spend $100 on my basket of groceries and I go over by $50, that is mismanaging my budget. To completely
you fucked up.
Clusterfuck $223 million and you don't even know where it went. There's not a word.
That's
for
what mind boggles. Like, you seriously don't know where this shit went? Come on, $223 billion just doesn't disappear.
There is a word for this.
That's a lot of money. Like $2 disappear. Like $3 disappear. $223 billion? No.
Right, and so
that's crazy.
Right, and this isn't going for sporks and napkins for the troops, guys. This is how they pay their bills. This is how they get their medication. This is how they seek the help that they so desperately need. It's going to take a monumental group of American citizens to get together, veterans or not, and say, we're not going to put up with this anymore. You're not going to take my hard-earned tax dollars that I was hoping you were going to put towards my father, my grandfather, my cousin, whoever's medical bills and psychiatry bills and transport services for those who came back without legs, arms, and can't stand to walk on their own. Guys, this is not mismanaging your grocery money.
It's not.
This is American tax dollars.
I tell you right now.
Go towards the people who put their life on the line so that you get to go to work every day and kiss your family goodbye. Facts.
Checks and balances, player. Checks and balances.
So, how long are we going to let this go on? Because you know this isn't the only branch of the government mismanaging money. Do I need to start Googling how much money the government just so happened to misplace? Because
you ain't got to Google. You don't have to Google anything. All you got to do is look up and you'll see what the government misplaced. Right? Let's think about this for a second, okay? Because we haven't even, like I said, we just scratched the surface. Right? We just scratched the surface. But here's the thing. Number one, we have given more money to international people than giving money into our own people. That's enough said. You don't have to put a dollar amount because the dollar amount is the deficit. That tells you how much our country cares about us.
Right.
Fact.
I adjusted the audio again, guys. If the music is too high, please let me know. Mambo says, Doc speaks the truth. I had a stepdad who is truly nice, sweet guy. When he went to boot camp, he came back a mean son of a bitch, and it changed him for life. Zena says, I can't believe he was fighting for our own. I battle this fight every day, AZ, with my felons. Smooth music too loud, of course. We are a world power. Everyone looks for help. Yeah, so she is right about that. Hold
on. Wait. Time out. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Thank you.
World power. How?
Well,
how? Let me. Hold on. That was rhetorical.
Okay.
So, world power. Okay. You say we have world power. world power, and we're in a deficit of over $1.9 trillion. World power, you send 90% of your force into the Middle East, leaving half of us exposed. World power. When you have Russia punking you on the news outlet, you have every international outlet clowning the president of the corporation. Did I say that out loud? I did. And world power. Listen, I'm a veteran. Understand that. I'm a veteran. And right now, you can feel a shift. And you can feel a shift. And the thing is that until we get somebody back in the office who can regulate countries, because right now we're getting bogarted. Think about this for a second. You know, right now China is playing chess with the United States about invading Taiwan. They're playing chess right now. You understand? Right? Now listen, we're over here in Israel, and let me tell you about world power. Okay? It doesn't take you months to get hostages out of a situation. If you had world power, bro, we would have been in there right then and there, right then and there, right then and there. That's world power. You know what world power is? World power is how the other countries went into Israel and got their people out and nobody touched them. That's world power. I know this shit's gonna hurt people. It's gonna sting, but it's the facts. It's truth. I'm a veteran. I love my country, but my country right now is in shit because of the people that are handling the country. You know what? Let me explain something to you, because you got me on one right now. So listen to this, guys, and this is facts, right? And I might start crying over this, okay? And I'm gonna tell you something, right? Understand something. And if you do what you do like you say you do, then you gotta ask yourself one question. If we are world power, why is there so many middle-aged men from the Middle East that's coming over with no families? Let that resonate for a second. If we're world power, why is it that our borders look like the fucking Disneyland entrance? If we're world power, why are we giving... And here, listen. My father came in this country illegally, but goddamn it, he went through the citizen process. Okay, so I'm going to speak on it because he did his due diligence and he went through the process, right? He didn't, when he got here with my grandmother and them, bro, they didn't give them no EBT card worth $1,500 or $2,500 or even put them in a 5-star hotel. So you're telling me we're world power? No, the fuck we're not. We're kissing somebody's ass right now, right? Here's another thing. Let me let you understand something. See, things are hidden in plain sight, right? If we're world power, go to San Francisco. That shit was never cleaned up in the day of lives before. Go research this.
China showed up.
Okay.
Until the president of China showed up. I talked about
I'm done.
I talked about this extensively not too long ago. Guys, it took the president of China to come to Los Angeles to get it cleaned up. For the first time.
No, not LA, bro. Not LA. Frisco.
I'm sorry.
Not yeah,
LA.
We're going to have to clarify that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Not LA. Not LA. Okay.
Frisco.
Right.
Yeah.
But either way, doesn't matter where it is. It shouldn't take.
The principle is.
Yeah, it's the principle. It's the principle of the matter. You're talking about, I mean, I seen before and after pictures of the same exact image. Unbelievable. You couldn't see the pavement.
Right.
Or the sidewalk.
Right.
There was so much trash and you know, it was awful, guys. And within 24 hours, they had it cleaned up like it was brand new. You could eat your breakfast off the sidewalk. So,
or they just showed you what they wanted to show you.
Right. It just
like a movie set.
That's what's so crazy about it. It doesn't matter the reason, guys. It doesn't matter the reason. It's just the fact that it took a president of another country coming over here. But that's also too kind of what it showed me, how we look at China as opposed to how China looks at America. All right, now I don't know what streets or cities or towns in China looks the worst, but I could only assume that if Joe Biden was to fly to China, the streets over there would look no different. I'm sorry,
Right.
but I just I don't see it happening. But I do find it funny that one of the worst places you could possibly imagine having to live in California is cleaned up
Right.
within 24 hours of the arrival of this prominent figure from China. Guys,
Right.
this right here is like, it should just be opening your eyes to what's really going on. Who is really important and what is really important to the U.S. government. Now, again, I have a lot of family members who are still in active military. You know, my mother feels very strongly about certain things, political wise. There's nobody in my family that is anti-government. Nobody. There's nobody in my family who's anti-military, who any of these things. But what they are is proud people. I'm a proud American. I always have been. It hurts me deeply to think about the things I learned in school that gave me this grandiose idea of what a president should be, what a politician should be, a judge, a lawyer, a police officer, and damn it, a soldier of the United States Army. I had all of these things in my head growing up. I'm going to do exactly what my dad did. I'm going to join the Marine Corps. I'm going to fight for my country. I love my country. I'll kill for my country. I had all of these thoughts in my head from the time I could walk because of the people in my family who were in the military. And when I look at where they are in life, and everybody's story is different, guys. You could join the military and not even have a great degree and still get a great job and still lead a great life. But it's different for everybody. And I would say the majority of the people that come back from active tours of duty, they're never the same. And to be honest with you, everybody who's done tours of duty that I know in life, guys. And this is in no way telling you not to join the military. What I'm saying is, listen carefully. Look at the people around you. Do your own research. Guys, stop listening to everything you see on the news. Stop reading and thinking everything you're reading is factual. Okay, I'm here to tell you that you just need to open your eyes and look around. You will see veterans, guys, both male and female, however they identify. They are not returning home the same way they left. They are not coming home to a better life. None of these people that I know are glad they joined the military because they're in a better position in life than where they started. Okay? Yeah, go visit a VA hospital. Thanks, Mom. You guys really have to see this shit for yourself. You have to see it for yourself. I lived it because of how badly my father came home. Okay?
Yeah, we used to have to go see treatment when Teresa was in there. And
It's nothing that I would want to wish on anybody. Let me just cover the chat real quick, and then I'm gonna let Aztec say some more parting words. Zena says, I have to say this one thing. Our country went to Afghanistan and we made clean water. Money. She's saying the Democrats is the reason why all this is happening. She said, AZ, why you got more in common with me than you realize. I'm a first generation immigrant the legal way. I was a U.S. Oh, wow, that's awesome, man. I didn't know that about you, Zena. USA is still the best country in the world. And that's what's so crazy, too, I think, guys, is that so many people do still view the U.S. as the best country in the world. I would like
I do.
Yeah.
I just the people running it are fucked up. That's just my opinion.
Right. I've had some amazing jobs, guys, that I loved. But it comes down to management, right? Who's managing the checks and balances? Who's really signing off on these decisions? I've always was told that the pen is mightier than the sword, and guys, that's so true, because That's how you end up with these guys sitting in cubicles weighing 300 pounds, don't know anything about a military, how to shoot a weapon, but they damn sure will jump up real quick to send you.
Sign off legislator.
Yes, they will jump up very fast to send your children to a country they've never been before for resources that we so desperately need at home. So guys, again, I'm gonna just tell you this one last time before I pass the mic to AZ, and we're gonna shut this thing down for the night. Do your research, please. See for yourself before you make a decision. Do not sign straight out of high school. Do not listen to these recruiters as if they are holding your future in their palms. Only you.
Yeah, that's another story.
Yeah,
that's another story.
That's another story. But guys, do your research, please. All right, AZ, I'm gonna let you have the floor, my man.
We touched everything actually, but I would say, like I said, I love my country to death. I just feel like our veterans are getting treated unfair. At the end of the day, they are. I just feel like just some words of wisdom. If you do see a fellow veteran, instead of just looking at him crazy or something, you know what I mean? Just say hi. Mm-hmm. Just say thank you. You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest with you, that goes a long way when I hear it. And sometimes I want to hug people when they tell me that. And you know what, guys? You may be that spark for that veteran that needs that. I did. I needed it to spark my life. And so my words is just, you know what I mean? Love everybody. Just know what's going on. Research. And I believe if you read it and see it, I think it'll touch you a little bit more. And coming from experience and me seeing it from behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, it's real. And it's saddening and it's disheartening. But with that being said, man, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And like I said, we'll see y'all again.
Because facts don't care about feelings. And this has been another episode 2 of L.I.O.N.